The thing is that the pitching, I'll tell you what, pitching gets you a long ways. And I'm not saying that they would have the best, 3 starters because, if you put the Mets in a 3-game series against the Dodgers, DeGrom, Syndergaard, and, Stroman, is that who you want to put number 3? Is not as good as Kershaw, Ryu, and Buehler.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well,
yeah, as good as their pitching is, they're not as good as that. I don't think.
I think DeGrom is the best pitcher right now out of everybody.
6,
but
yes.
then I agree with you that I think Thor is obviously not perfect. He's been better lately, but he's still kind of figuring out this whole pitch to contact thing that I hate as a DFS player. And Stroman is very similar to the Syndergaard. He's not a hard thrower, but he's another guy that doesn't really rely on strikeouts. He kind of pitches to contact. What kills me is that's because that's what Stroman's talent is. Syndergaard should be a strikeout pitcher. Like his 12 and a half whatever percent swinging strike rate tells us that. It's him. It's like him choosing. I understand he's got lat problems, but anyway, I'm going on a rant. That pisses me off. But it doesn't like. I think the 5 Mets pitch rotation is deeper than the Dodgers, but I agree with you that the top 3 is where things get that's where they're in trouble because you don't need the Dodgers don't need 5 starters, they only need 3. So that's kind of where you're kind of screwed. Now I will say this, as bad as the Mets bullpen has been, if they're able to cut off 2 of those guys and use them as bullpen dudes, that kind of makes things interesting, right? You get Zach Wheeler maybe coming out of the bullpen. Or something like that in a playoff scenario, that could make things interesting. Of course, the issue, what it comes down to, is offense, and the Dodgers are clearly well. Why are we even talking about this? Really, we really think the Mets are going to do it. Listen, they're the amazing, the miracle Mets, whatever you say. I'll be rooting for them to do it, but
they still got to pass up 4 teams, but they're only 3 games.
I know
back.
It's wild. It's wild. And dude, the year they went to the World Series, nobody fucking thought they were going to the World Series. It's a similar situation, right? They made a move at the deadline.
Would they be in the playoffs?
The Dodgers.
Would they be the first round of the playoffs?
Dodgers. They did.
Exactly.
They did it. So maybe we will see it, Joe. We'll see. We might have to have a more serious conversation about that down the road. And
we might just bring this back up if it actually happens. And we talk.
Have to bring this clip back.
2 months.
Have to bring this clip back and say we were on it first.